You know, there are a few things in life that will always bring a smile to your face. You know, a small child playing with a new toy, or a puppy that's found a new home, or a little kitten that you see playing with a ball of yarn, or a lizard even. Bringing some of that joy into your living room today is the SPCA of Florida. Joining us is Jessica Lawson and also Randa Richter. Ladies, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
And of course, you've brought a little friend with you, as always.
This is Wheeler. He is about 9 weeks old, and he got his name because he was found in a spare tire. So that's why we named him Wheeler when he was brought to the SPCA Florida.
It seems like every time that you guys come on, you always have a story that's connected with the animals that you get. And some of them are heartbreaking, some of them are heartwarming. And, you know, but it seems like no matter what the story is, there's always an outcome that is a good story.
That's true. We are in the business of happy endings. So even though sometimes, you know, we have some, like we had a little kitten come in that had been found taped to a water bottle packaging, so like super glued somehow face down. But the people who rescued the kitten were able to like cut the fur away carefully, and the kitten's now in foster doing great. So even the ones that start off a little rocky still have a happy ending, which is what we're trying to do in the community.
Now, little Wheeler here, he's very small. What kind of things happen when you have a kitten this small? I mean, how do you take care of a small animal like that?
Well, when Wheeler came to us, which is probably about a month ago, he was very sick and very scared. And so I became his foster mommy. And so I had to give him medicine twice a day. He was able to eat on his own, but only wet food. So he did receive a special diet. But a lot of TLC and a lot of medicine, and he's going to be available for adoption next week. But it's just a lot of love and a lot of time.
And the animals that you guys have there, and of course you've got a couple different, you know, locations, storefronts, things like that. But your main place is there in Lakeland, correct?
We do. We do off-sites at Petco's and pet supermarkets and so forth with our animals just to get them a little bit more exposure. But our huge campus is actually at 5850 Brandon Road South in Lakeland. And we're actually under a renovation right now, so it's exciting to see the changes that are happening. We're putting air conditioning in the dog kennels, and the cat room has changed a lot. So it's really exciting. If people haven't come out to the campus recently, they should definitely plan on stopping by.
You know, I have a dog at home, and we got him from SPCA of Florida, and you have a great facility there, and of course the services that you offer as well to pet owners. But one of the things that really struck me was the volunteer group that you have there that just are outstanding. And anytime you go there, any time of day, you can find volunteers just loving on these animals and taking care of them. Talk a little bit about your volunteer staff that helps out with these.
Well, I'm also managing the volunteers, and I have about 500 active volunteers. Of the 500, maybe 250 help us every month, but they're trained in specific areas. So when you go to the cattery or to the kennel and you have questions, they are trained to answer your questions specifically, and they're also trained in our training program. So if you have questions about training or behavior, they are there to answer your questions. They're our second hand. We couldn't do it without them.
Now, there at your main building, you offer a lot of different services. Tell us about some of the things, not just adoption, but for pet owners that they can come in and make use of your facility.
We have a full-service medical center. It's state-of-the-art. Another one of those opportunities, if you haven't been, we offer behind-the-scenes tours twice a month, which Randa also coordinates those. So definitely, if you haven't been, check it out. Everything from we have hyperbaric oxygen therapy to your vaccinations that your pets require each year. Right now, we're running a special on spays and neuters. Little Wheeler here is a testament to kitten season. Kitten season starts in the spring and peaks around summer. Because of that, we are very full of cats, so if you're looking to adopt, definitely come see us. If you have any neighborhood cats that you see that are just kind of free roaming, they don't really belong to anyone, we also have programs to spay, neuter, vaccinate those animals to, again, cut down on the population. Polk County has an estimated 300,000 community cats.
Wow.
So unowned, free roaming cats.
Right.
And that's a lot of cats for us to do on our own,
Yeah.
so we really need the community to partner with us. We have all of our community cat programs listed online, so we encourage people to check those out and take advantage.
And of course, you know, spaying and neutering obviously is it's the right thing to do. I mean, because you have so many cats, population grows, and then they're fighting. You know, they're trying to survive against each other, basically.
Just to give you a statistic, one female cat that is not spayed, her and her offspring in 6 years will produce 420,000 cats.
What?
Yeah, that's a lot of cats.
In 6 years?
In 6
Right,
years.
her and her offspring. So cats can have, 3 litters a year. So each of them can have litters, and I mean, you can see where that's how we end up
Right.
with 300,000 community cats.
So if somebody's out there and they're feeding stray cats,
And a lot of people do, which is
bring
the right
them
thing
into
to
the
do.
SPCA
Right.
of Florida and get them taken care of so that they're not
Right.
creating a much larger population.
Absolutely.
Spay and neuter 7 days a week, I'm pretty sure.
Mondays,
Monday,
we
okay.
do not spay and neuter. We don't do surgeries on Monday unless it's an emergency. But if someone has a community cat or a stray cat or a feral cat, if they bring them in a trap to us Tuesday through Sunday, we will spay and neuter them and vaccinate them for only $15. And then they can take them back to where they're feeding them.
And we've actually had a donor recently who stepped up, and if the $15 is a deterrent to anyone, this donor is willing to cover that
cost.
fee. So people understand, you know, we have amazing community support, that they really understand that
Right.
it's a necessity. It's a necessity for our community. It's how we build a humane community, which is our ultimate goal.
Because while we can find a home for little Wheeler here, there's so many of the cat population that will
don't.
not.
Right,
And-
exactly.
And, you know, many of them are starving. Many of them are becoming diseased and spreading those diseases. So obviously, the SPCA of Florida doing a terrific job in you know, keeping that population down.
We're trying.
Let's talk a little bit about how somebody adopts little Wheeler or another kitten or a puppy or a dog. How does that process happen?
So they can preview all of the photos online, our website, spcaflorida.org. Then they can come down during business hours to, you want your mama back? I understand.
Yeah,
They can come down during business hours to visit with the animals. It's especially important if you have children and you're planning on bringing an animal in, that you have your kids there with you to see how the animal reacts. We have very talented Adoption Center staff members who can help guide that process, make sure that it's a great match, a forever match is our goal. From there, it's paperwork, an interview process, just making sure that, you know, if you're renting, that your landlord is okay with the animals. Because again, our whole objective is to keep that animal in that house forever. We have a safety net program that's the same goal, is to make sure that that animal is there, you know, lifetime commitments.
Now, there was another thing that was kind of on my mind, and I thought it would be good to talk about. Is we're in the middle of hurricane season.
Yes.
You know, we're here.
It's here.
Shelters, things like that. Obviously, you probably deal with this. You know, what should people do if a storm comes rolling in? They need to head off to a shelter. What are they looking for?
We actually are speaking at the Hurricane Expo coming up. We have a disaster response manager who has done this for a long time and works on a state level as well as a national level to really help people understand how to deal with a storm, not just as a family with an animal, but also on a larger scale, you know, how all the community works together to respond if that should happen. The main advice I could give anyone is to plan. You don't want to wait until you are at a, you know, stage 3 hurricane to decide, oh, maybe we should go up north, or maybe we could leave our cats with such and such. You know, you want to make sure that you have that plan in place. And it's always a better idea to try to find a family or friend that you could go stay with that welcomes you and your pets. If push comes to shove, there are facilities throughout the county that do accept animals. They obviously have to have current proof of all vaccinations, be in an airline-approved case. So we'll get some more of that information put up on our website following the Hurricane Expo presentation. But the main, I mean, number one is just plan. It's just like for humans, you just need a plan. You don't want to wait until the last minute.
Excellent. Let me see it. Let me see a little bit.
Here you go.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. How are you? You need a home.
Say, I need a
You
home.
need a home. Guys, the SPCA is terrific, and look at this little guy. I mean, he's just so cute.
Hey, Wheeler.
And he's looking for a home, just like many of the cats in the cattery. And you could be that next forever home. Ladies, thank you for coming on and telling us about your programs, your spay and neuter programs. Of course, oh, he's running away. He's getting away.
He's coming to find his home.
He wants mama. Can you blame him? But thank you so much for coming on and sharing with us everything that you guys do.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We love
having
having
us.
you on. Come back on.
It's not just the animals, it's us too now.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
The SPCA is there for you. The SPCA of Florida is just tremendous services that are available. Of course, if you're looking to adopt a pet, this is a great place to go. I recommend looking at the SPCA Florida before you look anywhere else, because their animals are well taken care of. They're well treated. They're not going to give you a pet that is ill or anything wrong with them. This is the place to go. Little Wheeler needs a home, and there's so many other animals that need homes. And of course, keeping your pet healthy is another option that the SPCA of Florida provides. And if you want to get in touch with them, it's really easy. You just need to go to their website, spcaflorida.org. You can always give them a phone call at 646-7722 or 646-SPCA.